Let's talk about using distributive property to solve equations. Distributive property is necessary to solve equations when the variable is inside the parentheses. Distributing allows us to remove the parentheses by multiplying each term inside the parentheses by the term located on the outside of the parentheses. Step 1, you need to distribute the number on the outside of the parentheses to each of the values on the inside of the parentheses. So for example, 9 times 2w minus 9 times 3 equals 81. Okay, 9 times 2w is 18w minus 27 equals 81. Step 2, solve for the variable using inverse operations. For example, this is a two-step equation. This is minus 21, so I'm going to add, 27, so I'm going to add 27 on each side. 18w equals 108. Divide each side by 18, and you should get w equals 6. Make sure you circle your final answer. Let's try that on these. Take the number on the outside and distribute it to each term on the inside. Pay attention to your signs. Negative 3 times 3x is negative 9x. Negative 3 times negative 1 is a positive 3 equals 30. Now you have a two-step equation. You want to solve using inverse operations. You want to move the constant first, so plus 3, the inverse operation is minus 3. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. So then you get negative 9x equals 27. Divide each side by negative 9, and you get x equals negative 3. Circle your final answer. In problem 2, you want to distribute the number on the outside of the parentheses to each number on the inside, making a negative 6z plus 8 equals 16, negative 16. Subtract 8 from both sides. Negative 6z equals negative 24. Divide each side by negative 6. Z equals a positive 4. Circle your answer. Number 3, you have parentheses, so you need to distribute the number on the outside of the parentheses to each term on the inside of the parentheses. 10 times negative y is negative 10y. 10 times 8 is 80 equals 20. Subtract 80 from both sides. Negative 10y equals negative 60. Divide each side by negative 10. You get y equals positive 6. Circle your answer. Pause the video and try 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Check your work with the given problems. Ask your teacher if you have any questions. Let's talk about combining like terms. Equations with more than one variable and one constant on either side of the equal sign must be cleaned up before you solve. Combining like terms, first simplifies the equation to eliminate unnecessary steps. For example, in this problem, you have two x's, two terms with x's. So you need to combine these terms so there's only one. 8x minus 4x is 4x plus 15 equals negative 5. Now it's a simple two-step equation. Let's look at the following examples. In problem 1, you have 6x minus 2x, that is 4x minus 13 equals 3. Now you have a simple two-step equation to solve. Add 13 on each side. 4x equals 16. Divide each side by 4. You get x equals 4. Remember, if your terms with the variables are in different locations in the problem, you can rearrange it so they are next to each other. Remember to keep the same sign with it. Now your a's are next to each other. 4a minus 12a, negative 8a plus 2 equals 18. Subtract 2. Negative 8a equals 16. Divide each side by negative 8. A equals negative 2. Circle your final answer. Let's jump down to number 5. You have like terms of z's, so you rewrite it 6z minus z. You also have like terms that are constants, so minus 4 plus 10 equals negative 9. So when you combine like terms, you want to combine your z's, and then you want to combine your constants. 6z minus z is 5z. Negative 4 plus 10 is a positive 6, and that all equals negative 9. So you want to subtract 6 from each side, and you will get 5z equals negative 15. Divide each side by 5, and you get negative 3. Circle your final answer. On number 6, your constants are your like terms. So negative 10 plus 21 minus 14y equals 53. You want to combine your like terms. Negative 10 plus 21 is 11. Minus 14y equals 53. Subtract 11. Negative 14y equals 42. Divide by negative 14, and you get y is equal to negative 3. Pause the video and practice using 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Check your answers with the following problems. If you have any questions, ask your teacher. Let's talk about an example with both distributive and combining like terms. Remember, the first thing you need to do is distribute any numbers on the outside of the parentheses to numbers on the inside of the parentheses. From there, rearrange your problem so you have all like terms next to each other. Now combine like terms and then solve your two-step equation. Circle your final answer. Let's do one more example. Distribute first. Rearrange your problem so your like terms are next to each other. Combine like terms. Solve your two-step equation. Circle your final answer. Try the problems on the rest of the page and check your answers with the answer key. If you have any questions, ask